Silence so we can all organize our brains to our purpose for the moment. Ooh, shit. Okie doke. Our first item on the agenda. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Okay, our first item is the adoption of the agenda. Does anyone have anything else to add? Then I will entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, we have two sets of minutes that need to be approved. The first one we'll deal with is February, which Brad sent me. And that was the meeting where we had serious sound issues. So hopefully everyone has looked through those. Are there any corrections or additions to the February minutes?
I looked it over and didn't see any problems. I think it's okay.
Okay.
So I move. Well, it's my own minutes, so I guess I shouldn't move.
Yeah, go for it. I haven't heard anybody else chime in. Okay, so Brad has moved that the minutes from February 23rd be approved as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, the minutes from March 23rd. Were there any additions or corrections to the March minutes? Okay, I'll entertain a motion then to accept the March minutes as presented.
So moved. Oh, they were mine. Wait a minute.
No, you're fine.
I wrote.
Go for it. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. I don't believe we have any public comments today. Our next item.
I have a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have a question. Since I can't see the whole thing. Do we have any public participating today?
I think the answer is no. I didn't receive any comments. Is anyone in there with you, Alex? No. Besides Daniel?
No public.
Yeah, you have to speak directly into the mic.
There's no public participating currently.
I can't hear you. Yeah.
There's no public participating currently.
Okay. Your sound is wobbly, by the way. I know you don't want to hear that. Okay. Okie doke. Our next item is report of the Public Works Director. Daniel, are you sitting in for Barry today?
I am. Barry has some water stuff they got to deal with. They're moving a monitoring system that monitors our wells. They're moving that system, and he is currently occupied doing that.
Okay. Did he have anything to report?
He did not.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Alex, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay. And of course I do. I think I sent out to everyone about WLOS airing the story on the American chestnut. I was pleased to see it's on the Montreat Minute and additional on the community announcements. So hopefully everyone will have a chance to tune in. I've sent it to some other friends and they can go to the website and look at the story if they so desire. I'll be very interested to see what angle the story is going to reflect. And I'm glad Dottie and everybody has participated. Bill Evans was just delightful to work with. I'm sure he will not like that phrase, but it was fun to work with him, and he got a lot of footage. And I want to thank both Barry and Daniel for helping us find the dead tree up on Eastminster. Believe it or not, that's where we filmed. And so that was fun. There's still some seed pods on the ground around there, and he was able to get footage of the bark and where I think Barry felt like there was the blight was in the bark. So Bill was able to get some footage of what it looked like. So hopefully everybody can tune in. The only other thing I wanted to ask about was where we are on our memorial trees. I know I've talked to Daniel and Barry about finding trees. Have you guys found trees yet or been able to square away the financial papers?
Yes, I actually talked to Pisgah Plants last week, and we just need to place the order. And,
I'm having trouble hearing you, Daniel.
I talked to Pisgah Plants last week.
Uh-huh.
We're ready to go and get pretty much everything we want should be in stock, and they're definitely willing and ready to work with us.
Great. And I did talk with both Richard DeBose and John Quincy, and we're a go on putting the Bannerman tree in Pratt Park. So,
Good.
yay. So, which leads us to the first item on new business. Does the town have a memorial tree policy? And if not, should we put one in place?
We do not have a policy.
Okay, we do not?
No.
Okay. I know we have not been inundated with requests. The request from the walkers was the first thing for a while. And I know Richard DeBose said we should have something because he said otherwise people are going to be wanting to put trees in to honor everybody.
I have an idea. Let's ask the Swananoa Memorial Tree effort if they have a purpose or whatever, if they have anything written down.
Okay.
Maybe we won't have to invent a wheel here.
That works for me.
Okay.
I think the conference center has pretty much discouraged it and asked for dollars to go to the fund. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Imagine. So that's an option. We could have them all donate to the tree board or, to land environmental efforts or whatever. But do you know folks at the Swananoa?
I don't, but I'll take that on.
Okay, great.
I'll get back to you in the June meeting.
That sounds like a plan.
Well, I have a
How about
question.
May?
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. May meeting.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
This would be to Maggie. So is Swananoa do they have a town council, or is that?
I don't know, but they have a group that is in charge of these
A
memorial
nonprofit.
trees. Right. So I'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Great, thanks. Okay, is there any other new business that we need to address? Okay, looks like Daniel just left the room. I needed an update, see if they've been able to get a hold of the Smith boys. Last time I asked, they have not. So we'll come back to Duke Energy, when Daniel gets back. I wanted to set a date because we talked about doing a work day, a volunteer work day to help remove ivy from some of the town trees. So I wanted to set a date for that. I'm thinking May would be a good time. And since neither Daniel nor Barry are there right now, Alex, can you help us out with that? I'm sure it'd have to be Monday through Thursday for one of them to help us. Can you help get that set up if Daniel does not return very soon?
I'm sorry, help exactly do what?
Help us set up a work day for help removing there he is, removing ivy from town trees. We talked about this, I think, in February. We're talking about setting up a work day, Daniel, for removing ivy. Do you guys have any thoughts? I'm thinking for May.
I'm open to whatever we can do. You know, I'm sure Barry can kind of turn me loose to help out with that.
Okay. Do you want to get with him and try and set up a day? And we'll get it posted when we can on the Montreat Minute, and I'll contact people I know who have been interested in doing that. And I'd love to see what the turnout is, because that's helping me with another thought that is not ready to be addressed right now. It's a good thought, so don't worry about it. Okay, can you talk to Barry then, Daniel, and get back to me as soon as you can?
Yes, ma'am, I sure will.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir. Do you have anything have you and or Barry been able to get up with the Smiths with Duke Energy?
This is kind of been an aggravating process. I'm sure right now is probably a really busy time for Terry. I've left a couple of messages with him to try to call me back or text me, which has not happened yet.
Okay.
You know, like I said, I think I've called him about once a week.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that with springtime hitting us full force here, he's probably a pretty busy fella. So I'll just keep plugging away at that. And I think Barry made the comment the other day that he thought that Roy's contact information has been changed.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to get that from Terry as well.
Okie doke. Well, I'm wondering if maybe instead of obviously doing something this spring, maybe this summer, when more people are in town, we can do a Zoom. So why don't we find out from them which is going to be a good time, if there a time of year that's better for them to be able to do this. So I know they're busy all the time, so.
Yeah, I am sorry that I don't have any new information for you on that. I've like I said, I tried to call him several times and I've left voice messages. So he knows that I'm trying to get in contact with him, and I'm sure he will reach out to me as soon as possible.
Okay, that sounds great. And we'll go from there when we hear from him.
I'll continue to chirp in his ear.
Oh, that sounds good. Okie doke. I think we're good on those. Our chestnut event. I know Brad had talked to Samantha. Brad, you talked to Samantha about possibly 4th of July week. We were concerned about, is it too early with COVID to get a group together? I know the governor is thinking about, depending on how numbers go, lifting mass meeting requirements, etc. Frankly, as personally, I'm still a little concerned, and that's why we mentioned possibly Labor Day. I would love to be able to have enough people in town for a good show. What are your thoughts on all of this, Brad?
Yeah, there are those considerations for sure, and I'm not advocating doing anything reckless here. My thinking about the 4th of July time is one that's a time when cottagers are in town usually. I think what I need to do is probably, or one of us should contact the Cottagers Association and see if they're planning any kind of event. You know, usually there's a Cottagers event around that time. And I've been thinking we might be able to coordinate what we do with those kinds of things, but I don't have enough information at this point to be able to propose something specific.
Okay.
But I think it's time to be diligent about having those conversations.
Yeah.
Anne,
Yeah.
in the, I don't know if it's in the cottagers bylaws, but traditionally, now the 4th of July is on a Sunday this year, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And it's actually the 5th is when the banks are closed. So that's the national holiday observance. But and we'd never have a parade or have any function on Sundays. In the past, we've either done it Saturday or Monday, I guess. And I don't know if the town is having a parade or whoever does the parade, but not the town, the conference center.
Yeah.
But in the bylaws, it's the following Saturday after the 4th that there is a business meeting, which is an informational meeting, which is where the entities heads and the mayor and give reports, the college and the Heritage Center. And that's also traditionally when we have can have it 2 times a land care fair prior to the 10 o'clock meeting. So that day is usually people are still in town. So that would be the weekend that you would do it, I would assume. I don't know. Not on the.
Yeah, that's helpful to know. I wasn't aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it always happened about that time, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, I think because of all the other activities around the 4th, we don't schedule anything else for an in-house meeting, and it's usually held in Upper Anderson.
Yeah.
So,
well, the other part of that formula is the first Saturday in August is the business meeting.
Yes.
For the cottagers. So that's another possibility, is that first Saturday in August, and there will still be people in town. And I think it's before schools start. So
it's not as heavily attended as the one around the 4th because
right.
Obviously the counselors and they're going home. It's schools are starting earlier in the colleges, so the club program is ending up at that very first week of August. So
yeah,
it's Francis and Nancy Burris who have extended their officer of president. And then Ellen Dean would be the local contact. She's the vice chair, and she would end up being president in August for the business meeting. Brad, I'd be happy to call Ellen if you want me to.
Yeah, I would say Ellen's going to be our best contact with this.
The cottagers don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's 2 things here. I mean, I think it would be really good to be able to do some sort of informational thing with the cottagers or in connection with their meeting. Mm-hmm. But the other thing that I was talking to Samantha about was the idea of having a small group of people do a little field trip to one of the chestnut sites. Either the place down by the Arboretum, or there's a place a couple of hours drive from here, but it's in Virginia, but it's accessible. So, having a field trip for people who are really interested, so like see and have that kind of contact, because I think that kind of thing could help us in building a base of people who are motivated to participate.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is the event would you have if you had it in Montreat for the community? What type of an event is that? Samantha would come and speak?
That's a possibility. Again, it's all been very vague. So yeah, I think it would be good to have an outside person talk, and minimally, I think we'd want to put stuff on a table and be there to talk to folks if that
Yeah.
If what the cottagers are doing can allows that to happen safely. So
Yeah, I think if a land care fair, you know, is set up with the tables and the conference center puts those up and puts the tablecloths, and then individual projects that are being done on land care and tree board are represented there. So
Well, the other part of a learning day would be have Samantha provide us with some of the learning boxes that the Chestnut Foundation has. I know Alex's son went through one last fall. She brought one with her. We can have panels set up. I'm hoping we can do, if we do this, say in August or October, is make that the town's Arbor Day. Official Arbor Day is this Friday, the 30th, but we can have Arbor Day anytime we want. But I know the Chestnut Foundation has a lot of learning tools that we could have. You can see the burrs, you can see the seeds in it, has a really good history of the chestnut tree in the area. And I think that's one of those things I would really like to be able to tap into when we do an event.
how much are the boxes? Do you pay? We have to pay for them?
Yeah, we get to keep them for about a month.
Oh, you turn them back in.
Then you turn them back in. Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah,
like the
I know.
backpacks thing. Yeah.
And I know before COVID hit, we talked to the Heritage Center about using panels and informational panels about the chestnut restoration effort. That then when the town hall is finally able to open, we can have down at town hall for a bit so that anybody who comes in can take a look. So I think we have some things out there that we can tap into. And I like the idea of a field trip. I think maybe we could limit numbers on that. What do you think, Brett?
yeah.
I think we can do both.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have to happen at the same time. And if we could identify people who would like to participate in the field trip, that can happen whenever all of the participants can do it.
Yeah.
Anytime, really, anytime, because small group and not worried about space and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think does anybody have any other ideas about what we can do and when? I thought I heard a voice. I'm sorry. Yeah.
There was a noise, but I don't know who it was.
I remember Alice last time we were meeting saying it would be good to put out there that we are considering these things and that the dates will be announced before long. So stay tuned. That kind of announcement would be helpful for everybody, and they know that we haven't totally forgotten about all this stuff and that it's under consideration, and hopefully maybe the 4th of July, maybe August, maybe October, and stay tuned. We'll let you know if plans get made.
Yeah.
Are there pictures or a brochure about the one in Virginia? I mean, what is it? Is it just a grove of trees, or is it a park or a pocket kind of park, or is it a museum, or is it a lot of trees talking to each other?
I don't
through their roots.
They're yeah, it's deeply rooted.
I think it's one of their farms where they are growing and experimenting.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to go on that trip.
Yeah, you're on.
Where in Virginia? Where in Virginia is it?
To sign up.
I don't know exactly. I'll be getting that information.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have a link, a website.
I'm sure if we go to the Chestnut Foundation website, you can find out. I'm not sure where the college students went, who helped plant seeds in February. It may have been to the one over by the Arboretum, but we can check with Dottie.
I think that was it, but I don't know.
Okay. Good. Well, let's all work on thoughts with that. And if we need to have a special meeting to talk about it, we can do that. Let's just see where we are and find out what's happening with the conference center as far as dates. But I'm thinking, maybe the 4th of July time, the August time around the cottagers meeting, Labor Day weekend, because a lot of people will be in town as well, in addition to October. So I think we have some good times there. And anybody who has information, can we just have them send it to you, Brad? And you can
Yeah, that
put
would
it in
be
the
all
pot?
right. Can we
What?
go over though, who's doing what at this point? Somebody, I'm losing track. Who,
Well, you're in charge.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
was
supposed
it,
to have more enthusiasm with that. Yeah. I'll be
Was-
happy to work on displays.
okay,
Maybe we should get Alice to word what I was talking about, a message saying what was lies ahead, because she had such a good idea about that. Maybe she could put some words to that and put that out there for the community to
You're
read.
talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I didn't have you on there.
Yeah.
So I liked your idea about
Yeah.
letting
Can you
the
work on publicity for it and give people the heads up for us, Commissioner? You have to start calling you guys Commissioner. And
Certainly
town
do a little
administrator.
announcement about what we're thinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
With July 4th, early August, Labor Day, and October.
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
Sort of, options that we're looking at.
Yeah.
For,
And let people know also that that's going to be the town's Arbor Day.
yes,
And I'll get up with the mayor when we decide on a time.
I guess it would be a good to include something about if people are interested in the field trip idea, to get in touch with me so I can start building a list.
That
That's
sounds great.
good. Let's do that.
Okay.
So was Gracie, were you going to speak to someone about something? I'm trying to remember.
Well, I volunteered to talk to Ellen Dean local about if they're
Uh-huh.
having a meeting, what happens with the parade. If they don't have a parade, they don't sell barbecue tickets. And there's a tent that's put up at the post office. And of course, Ann and I haven't discussed this, but we do have a tent that the Alexanders have, and we usually sit there with the people selling barbecue tickets and sell the Montreat directories. And I also had brought up at Land Care that there can be any kind of display, or we even can have a tent that I would be happy to put out chestnut brochures or anything that particularly we have many that we can advertise. And there are a lot of people that don't go to the post office that walk by there that notice the tent, and
Yeah.
we can have a Land Care booth or a portion of a table that's sitting out there by the barbecue people. And it doesn't have to be, no one has to be there unless they want to speak about. Brad, you could be there about, the chestnut events or something. But I'd be happy to talk to Ellen.
We could easily rotate, and I know I can get some informational brochures from the Chestnut Foundation.
Yeah, we have a hard time on our committees, Land Care and Tree Board, to have a place where we can put things other than, when new people come in and they see Angie and we sell them a directory or give them a brochure, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And eventually, I think once the town hall building is able to be open to the public, we can work with the staff and see if there's a place where we can put information as well, especially about, I'm sure am I correct that there's going to be like a community bulletin board, Alex?
There is a bulletin board on the outside of the back creekside porch.
Okay.
The brochure rack as well.
Okay. Well, we'll get some information developed and be able to share it. We'll work on that over the next couple
That sounds good.
Yeah.
When will they announce When will they announce the parade or no parade, or it's just sort of rumors now? Is that official?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I think we're gonna have to contact somebody at the conference center and see if the deans know anything.
Right.
Yeah. And that baby, I honestly don't know.
I don't think anybody knows anything, seriously. But we're all, as Betsy says, we're all doing the best we can.
That's right.
Yeah. So we just wait and see is a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking Brad to have a float or an entry, but you could have a chestnut tree.
We can march a tree down the road.
Yeah. Or Brad can dress up as a tree. There are a lot of tree costumes.
Instead of the hellbender. we
That's
can
right.
have a tree.
Or a bear.
Oh, no, that's politically incorrect.
That's right.
The bear.
Yeah.
For many reasons, I'll tell you the story about later.
Okay.
We'll do that off camera.
That's it.
And we'll get back to our tree jokes.
We can get you a chestnut seed costume.
Yeah,
Will
you
it
could wear a
have any-
big bag. You could be a bag of seeds.
Watch out.
There's no roasting. All
Actually,
right.
I'd love, this is all, I know this is going, sorry guys, but I think it's so interesting that when we had the blight and when the chestnut trees died, that the gorgeous pews were constructed out of those, the woods.
Well,
And they're
and a
all
lot
over
of-
the place.
In Upper Anderson and the Gaither Chapel constructed used a lot of the repurposed chestnut. When it
Yes.
fell to the ground, they were able to get it up before it became wormy chestnut. So
Yeah.
it did not go to waste. That's the good news.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is,
Ma'am,
yeah,
let me just make sure that I've got these events we're thinking about to put in this announcement. One is a possible field trip, but somebody's gonna let me know whether it's gonna be up to the farm in Virginia, which I have read about with the
Yeah.
Chestnut Foundation, or if it's going to be over to the Arboretum. And another is then an educational event
right,
here in Montreat.
yeah.
And dates, is that it?
Arbor Day.
But yeah, but all that, this would be part of Arbor Day, yeah.
Right.
And
And I think, go ahead.
I was gonna say with Arbor Day being this Friday, I think it would be nice just to note that this Friday in Montreat Minute,
Yeah,
which Alex and Angie and I will get taken care of all times out of town this week. And just mention it this Friday.
and
That's great.
I think maybe we can also mention it for Friday and remind people about the story.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be on WLOS.
Yeah, just another reminder there, of course. But just use that opportunity and say all to be determined based on COVID protocols over the next months, but that there will be an Arbor Day celebration in Montreat sometime by October.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
and I think once we figure out whether we're gonna have display or information down at the tent, if we were able to do a tent, we can add that to the announcements later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
But somebody will let me know about the Virginia site
Yes,
and the Arboretum site.
yeah, I'll let Brad let you know about which site is where we're gonna do a field trip. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, the
Thank all
last-
of you.
Pardon me?
Thank all of you.
Yeah, we're happy to help, Brad. We're excited, at least I am. The last thing on, under old business, I have our planting plan update. Does anyone have any questions or have you come up with anything final that you can send me? I'm gonna try and get up with Daniel and Barry and just pick their brains about planting, what to think about, soil conditions, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense, Daniel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll bring the donuts.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Can I come? No.
I figured that'll be the best way to do it, is we can just sit down and I can pick your brains about questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, anybody have anything else about the planting plan or chestnut or work days or anything? All right. Our next regular meeting is going to be on Tuesday, May 25th, same time. Hopefully Alex will let us know if we're going to be Zooming or if we can meet in person. We all know things are up in the air right now. So hopefully we can meet in person, but it ain't up to me. So,
And we can meet in person now, and just limit the number of people that can come in the door. So if we have
okay,
members of the public that want to come in, we would limit it to the first, right now it's the first 7.
okay.
Okay.
Well, why don't we tentatively plan then to meet in person? If anyone is very concerned about that, I'll work out getting a Zoom going too. So everybody send me your druthers on that. Okay, if there's nothing else anyone needs to share or wants to share, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting so we can all go outside and play.
So moved.
All right, go Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Well, great meeting. Glad it was short today, making up for all those extra long meetings we've had.
Thank you, Ann.
Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.